Hello guys, so today is day 38. The problem is here. Search a 2D matrix. We have given a problem here. You are given a matrix m by n integer matrix with the following two properties. The question is here. We have given matrix with each row is sorted in non-decreasing order. The first integer of each array is greater than the last integer of the previous row. Oh, okay. We have given a target and return true if target found. If there is no target, then we just have to return false. Okay. So as you can see here, the matrix 1, 3, 5, 7. This 7 is less than 10. Okay. So like this way, all the elements are in sorted order. Okay, this the first row, then the second row from start to end, the third row start to end, like this way. So the first approach is so simple that if we have to find any target or any element in that matrix, then we just have to use two for loop, right? So the first for loop is from 0 to n, and second for loop is from 0 to m. Okay, so n and m is nothing but matrix size and matrix of row size, right? So the first for loop is from 0 to n, the second for loop is from 0 to m. Here, if we found the target, then we just have to return true. If we don't found, then we just have to return false, right? Here, one of the scenario is that, as you can see, all the elements are in sorted order. If we found any target, suppose here we have to find 19, right? So the value is not present here. So we can traverse till 20. Okay, if 20 is greater than 19. So here you found that there is no such value 19 exists. So here itself we can return it down 0. So I just return that condition if any of the element in the matrix is greater than target, then we just have to return false, right? Some of the cases will take few times, then the time complexity for this is O of n into m for worst case. The best case is O of 1, and it depends on things. Okay, so this is one of the approach. Okay, I have discussed this. The second approach is here that as all the elements are sorted, so we just okay, consider this as our first point. Okay, let's assume we have to find it out 3. Okay, so here we can start traversing from this element, and this element is greater, then we just have to move to the back in that row only. Okay, this element is also greater, so just move to the back. If we have to find it out 19, as you can see there is no 19 present, so we just increment this. Okay, here you can see 20, so we just decrement it, right, like this way, because all the elements are sorted. So for that I have created visualization. Let's look at this our example. Okay, I have taken this matrix. Okay, and we have target 6. We have to find it out the 6 in the target. So for this, what we have to do, as I said, we can traverse. Start index will be this. Okay, so here the 6 target is less than this element, so we just have to decrement it, right? So we are decrementing it. Okay, after decrementing, again the target is less than this one, so we just have to decrement it. Okay, so the target is greater than this element, so we have to increment column wise, sorry, row wise. Again we have to increment it. Okay, so here you can see we found 6 as element, and we found our target, right? Like this way. If we have to find it here 10 as our target, then I will show you how it will work. Okay, as you can see here, we are starting from this point. So this 10, 11 is greater. So we just have to move to the back side, right? Column wise. So we moved back. Here 7 is less than 10. So we have to increment it, right? Again we have to increment it row wise. Again we have to increment it. Here also this is greater. So we just have to decrement. Again decrement it. We found our target. So this is our target, right? So whenever we have like this problem that all elements are in sorted order, so for that in that case we just have to traverse, consider this as our starting point, and we have to traverse this in the backward side. If the value is less, if it is greater, then we just have to row wise. Okay, like this. So here I have declared this m and n. Okay, I am starting it from I and j value. This last, this is our starting point. If we found the target, then we just have to return down our answer. If the value is greater, if the value is greater than the target, the current value is greater than the target, then we just have to decrement it, right? Then we have to just decrement it like this. If we have to find it out 19 and this value target is greater and this value is less, then we just have to increment. Again decrement it, right? Like this way. The time complexity for this is O of m plus n. Okay, because for this, if we have to find it to 23, we have to travel all these elements. Like if 23, then we just have to increment it, decrement it, decrement it, decrement, like this way. Like this way, our will be synonym. So for this, the time complexity is m by n. So m plus n. So here the time complexity is of m plus n. Right. Thank you.